说中文。
Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese. Chinese pot, Chinese pot, Chinese pot. That's the way to learn Chinese.
Hi, welcome back to Chinese Pod. I'm Jenny.
I'm John.
今天我们中级课程有很多的工作要做哦。
Yeah, so it's an intermediate lesson about work today.
对的，
And we have an assistant who's one of the main characters of this dialogue.
一个助理。
Okay, a 助理. So that's fourth tone, third tone.
对，
You won't actually hear the word 助理 in this lesson. You'll hear the person's name, which is,
小张，小张，
okay, Z-H-A-N-G, first tone, 张.
是的，
And it's a boy, right?
是他有一个女老板。
Okay.
那我们赶快听一下小张助理和他老板之间的故事。
小张，材料准备好了吗？
什么材料？
下午开会用的材料。
哦，还没打印，我马上打。
通知各部门经理取消明天的会议。
好的，
还有订2张今晚飞广州的机票。
知道了。
我下周哪天晚上没有安排？
星期三。
好，约王总一起吃晚饭。
好的，那我先去打印了。咦，怎么回事？打印机坏了？
小张，赶快把材料送过来。
我觉得做助理记性一定要很好。
Yeah, good memory is important for any assistant. I'm not sure how Xiao Zhang is doing.
对对对，不过他今天要做的事情也确实很多哦。
Yeah, it sounds like a busy office.
嗯，
All right, let's look at the first line. What happens?
老板说：“小张，材料准备好了吗？材料准备好了吗？
Okay, so have you finished preparing the...
材料，材料。
Okay, second tone, fourth tone. That literally means materials.
对，
It's maybe some kind of information for a meeting, apparently.
是的，
All right, so maybe it's a report, graphs,
对对对，
whatever.
材料。
Okay, and then what does Xiao Zhang say?
小张搞不清楚是什么材料呢？
Okay, and what are the materials?
是下午开会用的材料，下午开会用的材料。
So afternoon, have the meaning, use materials.
对
We're，going to come back to this later, talk about this grammar a little bit.
好。然后小张发现，哎呀，还没打印，这些材料他还没有打印。
Okay, 打印.
嗯，
So third tone, fourth tone.
对，
That's Y-I-N.
是的，
Fourth tone, 打印.
是什么意思呢？
Okay, so that means print, of course.
对，那后来小张说：“我马上打，我马上打。
Yeah, so that's the 打 in 打印, but you can leave off the yin. ”
对，
In this case, because we know exactly what he's 打印 here.
没错。而且后来我们会听到打印机，打印机。
Okay, so 机 meaning machine. So of course, that would be your printer.
对，好，那这是小张要做的第一件事啊，准备材料，打印材料。
Yeah, that's the first thing he needs to do. And the next thing is kind of long. There's a lot to it. So let's hear what the next directive is.
通知各部门经理取消明天的会议。通知各部门经理取消明天的会议。
Okay, let's break this in half and we'll look at the first part first. So what's the first word?
通知，通知。
Okay, 2 first tones. That means to notify.
对，
Let someone know. And you hear this a lot, especially in companies, businesses, right?
这个 communication 很重要。
Inter-office communication. 通知.
通知
All right, so that could be by mouth, by email.
都行。
Okay. So notify who?
各部门经理，各部门经理。
So 各, this is fourth tone. This means each.
对，
And this is somewhat formal, right?
是的。
You won't hear this just 2 friends chatting. Okay, so 各 meaning each what?
部门经理，部门经理。
So 部门, that means a department,
对，
like in some kind of organization, like a company.
是的。
So 部门, that's fourth tone, second tone. And so department, what?
经理，经理。
So first tone, third tone, that would be manager.
对，
So the first half again.
通知各部门经理
So notify each department manager.
要干嘛呢？取消明天的会议，取消明天的会议。
All right, so this is what they're being notified that they need to do. 取消 is the key word there. That's a verb. It means to cancel. So third tone, first tone.
对，取消
And what are we canceling?
明天的会议，会议。
Okay, two fourth tones. That would be meeting.
是的，但是这是比较正式的说法，你也可以说会，明天的会取消。
Okay, so depending on the circumstances, you might hear 会议 in a slightly more formal context or just 会.
对，
All right. Okay, so to give you a little breather, what is Xiao Zhang's reply?
他说好的，这个他能做啊、
Okay, no problem. So then what's next?
还有订2张今晚飞广州的机票，又蛮长的。那再说一遍，还有订2张今晚飞广州的机票。
Okay, so 还有. And also, what's the verb here?
订
All right, fourth tone. So this is to reserve, right?
对，
If you wanted to make this longer, you could also say,
预定
okay, so 定 meaning to reserve. Okay, and what are we reserving?
2张机票，2张机票。
Okay, so Jenny simplified it for us. 2 plane tickets. All right, so plane ticket is
机票
first tone, fourth tone.
对。
And then how many?
2张
So 张 is the measure word for flat things like tickets.
对，
So 2张机票. 2 plane tickets. But
是的。
they're not just any plane ticket, right? What exactly are they for?
是今晚飞广州的机票，今晚飞广州的机票。
Okay, so tonight, fly to Guangzhou tickets.
对，
All right, we're going to come back to this too a little later when we talk about grammar after we listen to the dialogue again, but let's keep going for now.
好，那小张说知道了，知道了。后来老板又有工作要让他做了。
So what does the boss tell him to do?
他问我下周哪天晚上没有安排？我下周哪天晚上没有安排？
All right, so in English, we'd probably say, which night am I free next week?
对，
But instead, he asks, which night do I not have plans?
没有安排。
So 安排, you often hear this translated as to arrange or arrangements.
对，
But very simply, it often just means plans.
是的，
So 安排, that's first tone, second tone.
有安排或者没有安排。
All right, this is also slightly formal, right?
有一点儿。
So if it's friends, they're going to be like, 有空,没空,
可以的。
有事,没事. All right.
那老板星期3晚上没有安排，
Okay, so then what does the boss say?
他说好，那约王总一起吃晚饭，约王总一起吃晚饭。
Okay, so this other boss, Wang Zong, they're going to eat together.
对，
What was the verb that she used?
约
Okay, so that's first tone, 约. That verb means to set an appointment. It's a little awkward to translate into English. We just say ask
对。
Wang Zong to have dinner or set an appointment with Wang Zong for dinner.
总之就是你要跟一个人去做一个什么事情，你都要约他。
You 约 someone to do something.
对，
And that means talk to them, set it up, put it on your calendar.
是的。
约.
那除了可以工作方面约人，还有就是 dating
Ah, okay.
啊，
Here's the blurry line between dating and business.
对对对，
It's all 约. 约会, right?
没
A
错。
date or an appointment.
Or they can be combined, work and fun。
Business and pleasure.
不太专业，不太 professional。
Okay, so what is the response to that?
小张说好的，那我先去打印了。然后他发现，怎么回事？打印机坏了。
So 怎么回事? This is what you say when you're trying to figure out what's going on.
对，当你不知道怎么回事的时候，你就说，怎么回事？
So the printer seems to be broken, and the boss is getting impatient.
对，他说，小张，赶快把材料送过来，赶快把材料送过来。
Okay, 赶快. That means hurry up and do it.
对，
Hurry and do something.
是的，
So 赶快 is third tone and fourth tone. And we have this character 把 here. So after 把 comes 材料.
哎，
So take the 材料 and do what with it?
送过来， 把材料送过来。
All right, so send it over.
对，我们常常会看到把和送过来在一个句子里面。
Okay, so 把 often comes together with 送过来。
对，或者拿过来。
Okay, this is something you should look out for. It's a grammar pattern you'll see a lot.
说到语法，我们等一下还要说一个很有意思的中文里面非常重要的语法。
Coming up after we listen to the dialogue one more time.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Chinese Pod Trivia. Our first question is, how long will it take you to become an intermediate Chinese speaker using the Chinese Pod app? Is it A, the rest of your life? B, you should already be an intermediate speaker? C, 3 months? Or D, Chinese Pod has an app?
You should already be in.
Ooh, that is incorrect. The correct answer is C, 3 months. That's right. Head over to ChinesePod.com now to register for your access to over 4,000 lessons. Get the Chinese Pod app now on Google Play or the App Store.
小张，材料准备好了吗？
什么材料？
下午开会用的材料。
哦，还没打印，我马上打。
通知各部门经理取消明天的会议。
好的，
还有订2张今晚飞广州的机票。
知道了。
我下周哪天晚上没有安排？
星期三。
好，约王总一起吃晚饭。
好的，那我先去打印了。咦，怎么回事？打印机坏了？
小张，赶快把材料送过来。
Okay, so Jenny, what we're going to look at grammar-wise is how we modify nouns in Chinese.
被你说的很复杂。
Okay, so in the dialogue, the boss asks Xiao Zhang for some 材料, right?
对对对，
Some materials, and what's his response?
他说什么材料？
Yeah, so what materials? So then the boss specifies which materials, right?
对，是下午开会用的材料。下午开会用的材料。
Okay, so this whole beginning is modifying 材料, telling you which materials they are.
对，
So in English, we'd say, oh, the materials that we're using in the meeting this afternoon.
是的，
We actually reverse the order. We first say, oh, materials, the materials that, blah, 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 blah. In Chinese is the opposite. You say,
下午开会用的材料。
yeah, so 材料 comes last, preceded by the.
对
All right, this takes a little bit getting used to, but you see it all over the place, so you'll catch on pretty quick if you get enough exposure. Let's look at another example of this in the dialogue.
没错，对话里面还有一个例子，说订2张今晚飞广州的机票。今晚飞广州的机票。
Okay, so the noun here is 机票, right?
是在句子的最后面。
All right, so tickets. And it's not just plane tickets, it's plane tickets to Guangzhou tonight.
对，今晚飞广州的机票。
All right, so all that comes before the noun, and then the, and the noun comes last. Opposite of English. So it just takes a little bit getting used to. Read, listen more, listen to lots of Chinese pod lessons, you'll get it.
对，而且可以自己造一些句子练习一下。
Yeah, and of course, ChinesePod.com, you can come leave comments, or you can try our activity stream. It's a great place to practice your Chinese.
对，希望你喜欢今天的课程。
See you on ChinesePod.com.
再见。
再见.
As usual, ChinesePod provides an extensive selection of learning materials for this lesson on its website, www.chinesepod.com. You can access this lesson directly with the lesson number
1176.
So just go to www.chinesepod.com/1176
1176.
and you will find a transcript, vocabulary, and much more. The link again, www.chinesepod.com/1176.
1176.